Silvicultural regeneration systems focus on making sure stands renew themselves and are sustainable. There are two types of timber stands, uneven age and even aged. In an uneven age system, every cutting activity is basically a thinning with the intent of establishing or releasing regeneration. Uneven age stands frequently have more shade-tolerant species, and the intent of the management is to ensure regeneration occurs in the gaps created by harvesting individual or small groups of trees. It is imperative that every harvest establishes regeneration and that the cut removes trees in all size classes. In an uneven age stand, big trees are usually old and small trees are usually young. Harvesting in an uneven age stand focuses on reducing both overstory and understory competition. The important part is that an uneven age harvest retains trees in all diameter classes. In this graph, the diameter or age of the trees is shown on the x-axis. The number of trees is shown on the y-axis. This line depicts the stand before harvesting, and this dashed line shows the residual stand post-harvest. Trees between the lines were cut. To implement an uneven age prescription, a diameter is chosen for the largest tree retained, and all trees larger than that are cut. The upper diameter is set by considering species, site quality, and potential marcus. Foresters have formulas for calculating the distribution of the cut across size classes. There are two basic uneven age silvicultural systems, single tree selection and group selection. Be careful with these terms, as oftentimes people refer to selective or select cutting, confusing them with single tree and group selection. Selective cutting is not a system. Instead, it refers to decision to select trees based on species, size, or quality without taking the entire forest system into account. However, in a single tree selection harvest, individual trees are chosen for removal. Some of these trees will have a large diameter and therefore will create large openings in the canopy, as the light green space in the canopy illustrates. However, most of the trees harvested will be small, even down to small poles that are 4 to 12 inches in diameter, and maybe even saplings that are only an inch. Because the canopy openings are so small, the light resources reaching the forest floor are small, and only shade and intermediate shade-tolerant trees benefit from the cut. Depending on the species mix and site quality, single tree selection harvests occur about every 10 years or so. Take care to protect residual trees and to match harvesting equipment to the site to avoid compacting the soil. A group selection harvest might be appropriate, especially if the stand is comprised of primarily shade-tolerant or intermediate shade-tolerant trees. In a group selection harvest, many clear cuts are made throughout the stand. As a rule of thumb, the canopy holes left after the cut should have a diameter of 1 to 2 times the height of adjacent trees. For example, if the adjacent trees are 80 feet tall, the group selection will be 160 feet across. With this size opening, it is possible for shade-intolerant trees toward the center of the cut to establish themselves. After the harvest, a stand might have 3 or more age classes scattered about, which benefits some wildlife species such as grouse. Single tree selection and group selection harvest are appropriate in uneven age forest stands.